defeats Vicky Guerrero in a hog pin match.
Yep, exactly what I told you last time we were talking about this. Bathroom break. Get up, get your beers, let's do whatever you got to do, and come back at the end, and you're going to see the best part. And that's exactly what it was. The beginning was a waste. They had Chavo in there getting all muddy with Santino, and that was it. Then Vicky comes in thinking she was going to win, and the match got a little exciting, and then there was the funny parts.
Yeah. And the last match was the United States champion, Kofi Kingston, wins the Fatal 4-Way match.
Yeah.
It
was okay.
Exactly. I mean, you just nailed it, huh?
It was okay. I didn't understand why they all came together, because in the last couple Raws, you had Regal and Hardy kind of teaming up on people, and then you had MVP and Kofi Kingston competing each other who's the best. I thought that worked, but then the Regal and Hardy teaming up together as a team, but then they're going to come in a Fatal 4-Way going over one goal. It was kind of weird. It just didn't match up. There was no heat behind this story. There's no heat behind this match. There was really nothing going on. It was like made up. It was like, you got 4 good wrestlers right now. Let's just throw them in here.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think they had any clue of what they were doing, so they just said, hell, let's just do it a Fatal 4-Way.
They just made it up because it was very weird. It was a very weird match for me. I didn't see anything spark out of this thing. I don't see anything gonna get any bigger out of this thing.
And by the way, no women's matches either.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, I think maybe the women's could have probably put on a better show.
Oh yeah,
especially
easily. They could have took the Fatal 4-Way. Well, you know what? You've been saying that they're a little upset with the women wrestling, and I totally agree with it. Because they're not doing anything close to what TNA is doing with the women division. But the women can wrestle a lot better than the matches that were on that pay-per-view.
Especially, I just saw Victoria debut. I just saw that clip not too long ago, and she looked really good.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to treat her as the wrestler that she is, instead of helping building up the other women, which I think they will eventually. But right now,
she had a great debut, man.
She did.
Yeah, she whipped some ass.
That was the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
So going into Raw, the show opens up with, lo and behold, a storyline that took about maybe 12-15 minutes.
I believe it.
Basically, which is Lillian Garcia, the ring announcer, brings out the new WWE champion and addresses the crowd. Batista seems on high spirits, but does not appear to be nursing any injury of any kind. I know that he got some kind of injury back in the Extreme Rules, so that was the focal point of the reason why Randy Orton comes down with Legacy and interrupts and jumps Batista. He then fights him off at first, but finally the numbers games overwhelms him, and they held Batista down and stomped away at his arm, which to me it looked like a total kayfabe. I mean, it looked like one of those things that the wrestlers go on a vacation or they go do a movie or something like that. They always do the fake injury storyline, which is basically no different than a regular soap opera you see on TV.
Oh, of course.
So that was that. So here's the first match, which is Kofi Kingston defending his belt against William Regal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's, like I said, there's a little Iggy that I have in the news area where, it's no secret that Vince takes out his frustrations. Instead of on the wrestlers and the talent, he takes it out on the staff. And one of those staff members is Lillian Garcia.
Wow.
And now I know why. And actually, this is totally on Lillian's fault. This is the reason why she is in the doghouse. Was when she introduced Kofi Kingston, she introduced him as, instead of the United States champion, she went ahead and she introduced him as the Intercontinental champion.
But don't they have these cards written down?
No, she doesn't do it with cards anymore.
No, she doesn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why she's out the door.
She's out the door?
Well, again, that's my little Iggy in the news area, so I'll let you know about that later on. But here's the final moves, which was Kofi moves for the Trouble in Paradise move, which was ducked. Regal comes back with a forearm, but Kingston went ahead and finally got the Trouble in Paradise finisher, and the match took 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So why bother?
Wow.
That basically was it. So your winner, Kofi Kingston, by the Trouble in Paradise.
And that could have easily been a very good match.
Yeah, again, I'm going to be exposing everything that they do, so that only took 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Rico's been very impressive since he's come back.
Yeah, you know what? He's a little stiff, though, that I noticed on Kofi.
Yeah, he probably doesn't like him too much, but at the same time, Rico's always professional, and he'll put up some really good matches even if he doesn't like the guy or if he does, and Kofi Kingston can go. So that should have been like a highlight for Raw.
Yeah. Well, here's the storyline right after that match. Cody tells Orton that there's no way that Batista is coming back, and DiBiase confirms that they broke his arm. I guess Josh, what was his name? The interviewer guy, the little guy that you don't like?
I don't like that guy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Josh, whatever his name is.
Well, anyway, Orton told him that he was going to re-invoke his rematch clause tonight, and if Batista doesn't come back to face him, then he wins by forfeit, and he'll become the WWE champion again.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So, next match was the WWE Divas Championship. It was Kelly and Maurice for, the 4th week in a row?
Yeah, but I don't mind it sometimes.
And this time, Mickie James comes out and joins Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary.
See, but for what?
I guess they're going to be...
Can you explain for what? Why is she there?
Because she's going to be... I guess she's going to be the number 1 contender, or it is the number 1 contender for Maurice.
And why? What has she done?
Nothing.
Exactly. I mean, she's been on a lot of catalogs or whatever these little magazines that WWE put out and all that stuff, and she's been on the websites and all that.
Well, they're
talked about as the most downloaded diva, but at the same time, she's been getting her ass kicked by Maurice.
Well, let's talk about that. They're hyping her up. So, what do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be that's it. I don't know if they're going to take away from Maurice because Maurice has been so dominant. I don't think they're doing a very bad job with it. I mean, you think if they're going to build that feud up, they should have Maurice get into a fight or whatever with whoever she wants, like Kelly, and have Mickie James come in and interrupt a little bit here and there, and have them go back doing that same thing. And then whenever they let them fight up on Raw or something, Maurice versus Mickie James, and then right when Maurice is about to lose, she rolls out the ring and does something. You got to build it up, and there is nothing being built up. It's just every other week these two names come up and the women come out, and then they're getting booed because there's no storyline.
No, there's no storyline, and
wrestling is great, but there's no storyline. I don't know what's going on. Every week, Maurice is kicking someone's ass.
Well, every week so far this month and last month, it's been Kelly's ass.
Exactly.
So
I don't know why Kelly. I mean, I understand she's learned some new moves, but what?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they're hyping up Mickie James, so expect Mickie James to become the new champion pretty soon. I
would like to find out what happened to Candice. Candice was getting really good in her wrestling abilities before she got hurt. Candice versus Maurice would be an excellent pay-per-view match if they built up a story for it.
Yeah, you're talking about 2 Playboy models.
Not only that, I'm talking about they can wrestle. Maurice is pretty good, but I think Candice can wrestle better than all of them right now. She was on fire before she got hurt. Yeah, and I think that's one of the other things, too, is that she keeps getting hurt, and she might be one of the next divas out the door. Well, what do you expect? I mean, she's a model. She's just a model. She came from a Playboy TV channel. She's just a model. And she stepped it up. She got into the ring. She became a wrestler. She's doing the best she can, and she's performing. Yeah. I understand she gets hurt a lot, but at the same time, maybe let's cut down their time and make it a nice, spectacular match, but cut down the time just a little bit more. So check this out. Build up a good story to where it becomes interesting. Yeah. So, like I said, expect Mickie James because they're hyping her up for some reason to take the belt away from Maurice. But the match,